Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison. We're certainly glad to have you today. And as always, we're thankful for BTC Fiber for having our program. And you can see our program on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's cable channel 18. And as always, we want to thank our sponsors, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Row Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So thankful for our sponsors. And today we have with us Marionnth.
Yeah.
That's close, right? And Bart, Crister. And they're with Perfect Blend Pest Control here in Dunlap. And thank y'all for being with us today. We really appreciate y'all being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
First, let's get into a little background of the company. And tell me a little bit about the company.
Well, this was an idea that kind of grew with my husband and I. I have been on the pest control industry for close to 17 years now. I work for bigger companies, and I've learned the business from knocking on doors and doing services, customer service, doing pest control at homes. And when that pandemic hit, my husband and I were just trying to reinvent ourselves and trying to figure out what we could do to open up our own business. A lot of other people, I think, branched out during that time, and we wanted to do different things. And my husband encouraged me to just pursue the things that I already knew. He recognized that I had, well, you can say that.
She had the knowledge base, she had the experience both in the service and the sales and the management side. I was in oil and gas beforehand, and that proved to be a very unstable industry.
Right.
So she put me to work with some of her termite crews in Texas, where I kind of started to learn the ropes of the business, and then we worked call centers together to get me familiar with the lingo and the sales side. And then I looked at her one day and I said, let's pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And we got our licensing and got started.
We were thinking, different things. What can we do? Right? When you're like on that starting phase, you go like, what can we do? And we can, maybe a restaurant, no, maybe this, no. It's like the only thing I really know how to do is kill bugs, and I'm really good at it. So I think that's what we need to do. And I love working with people. I don't like to be behind a desk. I love
Oh, she gets in the dirt and digs. Nobody can find termites faster than this one, right there.
And I really love it. I love the fact that I get to just be out every day, talk to new people, and I'm able to help because whether a lot of people don't see this, but it's so pretty that you're able to help people that cannot find other people, or they don't have the resources to help for their homes. As an example, people like, senior citizens that have issues with bed bugs or roaches, which is pretty common, and they don't have the resources to do it. Bart and I go in, and that's one of the things that we like to do is just more of reaching out and help, as well as we build new friendships, because that's kind of what it is when you go to a new people's home. They let you into their house, and you get to know a little bit of history and all of those things.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. Well, now let's get into the services y'all offer, because I know you offer several things.
We do. So we have your general pest control, which includes all your common seasonal pests: ants, spiders, roaches, silverfish, all the things that there are seasonal, right? On top of that, we do corrective services for bed bugs, as an example, or roach infestations. We also do termite protection, and we do pre-construction treatments. We have a lot of people in the area that are just purchasing land and building. We can always come and do pre-treatments, and we give really good pricing because we don't have a big company, so we don't have to deal with the overhead of a huge corporation, right? And then another super neat thing that we do insulation. Our insulation services are, I think I hand that one to Bart. He explains it better. I like the way he does that.
So we do a blow-in cellulose insulation, and the insulation is treated with boric acid. So you get a permanent lifetime warranty pest control product installed in your attic that also happens to provide superior thermal protection and acoustic reduction. And that's an afternoon. We go in, we either blow over your current insulation, or if your current insulation is damaged due to some sort of infestation or rodent activity, we can pull all that out, sanitize the attic, and then put in brand new insulation and just totally revamp your home. It's going to improve your air quality. It's going to improve your quality of living inside the house. Your house is going to be quieter. Your energy bills are going to go down, and permanent lifetime warranty pest protection in the attic space. That's protection from termite swarmers, carpenter ants, silverfish, wasp, anything else that tries to come in from above.
Well, that's pretty neat.
And my favorite, I like to store all my Christmas stuff up in the attic. So I can touch the insulation and it's not going to be itchy, because the fiberglass is always get on your skin it's all itchy. So you don't have to deal with that. And it's a 100%, it's a green product, because I know in the area a lot of people are very environmental conscious, and is a green product.
It's American manufactured recycled newspaper.
Really?
Yep. Made right here at home.
And it's more like a foam, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like confetti when it's coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's more foamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. That helps homeowners. That actually double protects.
Mm-hmm.
You can do down on the ground and around the inside.
Absolutely. It improves the overall value of your home too.
Right, that's true. That's another product that helps. Well, what are some of your other services you provide?
Snake wrangling. We do wildlife removal services. If you've got a problematic raccoon or armadillo, or if there's a snake in the crawl space or something that you need, anything that's bothering you that just doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily want to get rid of it, because possums and snakes do have their role in nature, and you just want it removed so it can continue its delicate natural activity somewhere else.
Yeah.
We can take care of that.
And we also do rodent exclusions. We sealed and proofed the house, rodent proof the houses. We have different products. Bart normally works with like different type of like caulk and metal mesh and silicones and things like that. And we do a thorough inspection of the house, and we identify what their entry points are, and then we take care of that along with like baiting around the perimeter of the house with like bait boxes and things like that to get rid of the rodents as well.
Well, that's good. Do y'all, on your termite control, you said you did termites, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all use the outside where you have the controls in the ground? Or
We have
stations.
termite
Bait
baiting stations.
We use the most advanced bait stations available on the market, made by BASF, the Trelona stations. It's got active termicide in them. We place those around the house, and these stations are so effective that they are approved for remedial use in some cases. If you've got a very localized termite issue, these stations are effective enough to draw out a colony and begin the elimination process.
Because the whole process of that is they come to the bait station, take the poison back to their bed or wherever they're back to their.
So termites, their colonies, their whole idea is termites, they go and they gather their food, they bring it back to the queen. The queen feeds their colony. So they feed through a method that is called cropology, which is basically they feed on her feces. So what it does, it prevents their molting process. After they have been fed, they go through their molting process, and it has a chitin inhibitor. Their exoskeleton is made out of chitin, which is a protein, kind of like our nails, and they're not able to produce any more of that, so they spill their guts out. That's kind of what happens when they consume that bait. So they bring it back to the colony, and you kill entire colonies of termites. And on our state, it's very common, and a lot of people have the misconception of this. If you have a house, it is common to find termites on the ground. 90% of the time, you're gonna go and you start digging, and maybe on your flower beds or any place where you have your garden, if you start digging around, you will find termites, and it's common to find them. In the state of Tennessee, I think they have 20 colonies per acre.
20 colonies per acre is the
Really?
average.
Yeah, so that's the average, so it's pretty common. So the idea is to
East
keep...
Tennessee is very heavily wooded, so you probably figure that average is a little heavy
Right.
in this end.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and you want to keep nature in nature, so they're there. You want to keep them away from your home. That's what the termite stations do. So rather than coming and eating from the wood of your home, they go to those stations, and that's how they feed. So that's kind of the idea, to create a barrier around the perimeter of the homes to prevent them from coming in.
Yeah, because I know we had problems in the past with termites, and we had to take care of the
And
bait
for
station.
remediation, we do liquid and foam treatments as well.
Well, now how do I know you do homes, but do you do commercial business?
Absolutely.
as well?
We do. We do a couple of business around the area. We do restaurants.
Couple of medical facilities.
Correct. And we take care of all of those commercial services. We work either before they open up or after they're closed their buildings. We have keys to a couple of buildings because we understand the need of
Optics and discretion.
Correct.
That comes along with those kinds of places. Which I find odd because, you don't want to see the pest control person working in the restaurant, but you also wouldn't want to go to a restaurant that doesn't have pest control.
Yeah, that's true.
One,
Yeah, that's true. You definitely don't. You don't.
Yeah.
But we can definitely work around those business schedules as needed by the customer. And medical facilities, there's a list of what in the industry we call high sensitivity locations, like nursing homes, daycare centers, and they require a slightly different nuanced touch to pest control, and we keep all of that in mind when we're doing these procedures.
Well, especially if you're around children.
Oh, yeah.
The big difference.
People are so sensitive about kids.
Well, that's true. Well, now, what all area do you cover?
So our main focus is the Sequatchie Valley. We are local to Dunlap, and then we go all around. We go up to Signal, we go to Cagle, we go to Fredonia, we go to Pikeville, Jasper.
South Pittsburgh.
Wait, I'm gonna say it. Whitwell.
Yeah.
Hey, that's your best one yet.
Where else?
Well, we've got accounts from Pikeville all the way down to South Pittsburgh.
That's good. It keeps you busy then.
It does.
We do, and we have all of our services are guaranteed. So we offer retreatment policies, which we have a 24-hour retreat policy where if you have our services and something happened, you call us and we'll be there in 24 hours.
Well, do y'all offer contracts monthly or annually contracts?
We do, all of our services are personalized and tailored to each customer's needs. There are homes where there's not that, they don't have that many, like their areas around their house are not heavily wooded, so we can come like every 3 months, as opposed to their houses, they're like right in the middle of the woods, and we know and we recognize that every 3 months is not going to do, it's not going to make any difference. So based on how your house is built and located, then we make recommendations. But we pretty much, all of our services, we tailor them, based on the customer's needs.
We also have a line of green botanical services that need to be done on a monthly basis in order to be effective, but for our eco-conscious customers or customers that have chemical sensitivities of one type or another, we can work around that with a blend of essential oils that are very effective.
Oh, that's kind of neat to know.
Mm-hmm.
And your house will smell beautiful right after we're gone. Sometimes it smells like thyme and rosemary, so you're like, okay, where's my pasta? And some other times it smells like citronella and lemongrass and things like that. So it's a great product to apply. Of course, it doesn't have like the high residual like Bart was saying, so we have to make those services monthly. But we can tailor any of our services to your needs. We will cater to however you want the services done within our restrictions, of course. But yes.
What about for those people that like myself like to sit out on the porch and enjoy their cup of coffee or to read, and you have all these nasty mosquitoes that want to hang around?
So we also treat for mosquitoes. We do mosquito treatments are monthly. We come out monthly. I recommend, of course, our mosquito season will be over pretty much soon, around October, November. But I highly recommend that people get on mosquito services as early as March, because if we can prevent their larvae and if we can prevent them just like overtaking the property early on in the year, your summer will be much more pleasant,
Yeah.
Then-
For example, we've got a customer that started their mosquito services in March who's had severe issues with mosquitoes in the past, just due to the nature of his property being next to a pond area. By June, July, he said he's hardly seen 2 or 3 by then. Then we get calls in the middle of June where they've let the mosquito problem get to a certain point, and now we're gonna we try to be very clear with the customers. We're gonna need to do 1 or 2 treatments to get out
Back
ahead
to
of
back.
this and break the life
Yeah.
cycle. It's not gonna go away overnight.
Right.
We also do tick and flea services on the yard, around or areas we have a lot of deer and things like that.
Uh-huh.
They tend to bring a lot of like those other unwanted visitors.
Hitchhikers.
So yeah, so those services we also provide with the mosquito treatments on the monthly basis.
Well, that's neat because I know, excuse me, around here there's a lot of ticks,
Oh yeah.
in the area, and of course that comes in the foliage. They get in there, and
Yeah.
if you're out working in the yard, you don't realize you'll have a tick or ticks on you before you realize.
They like where it's dark and wet.
Yeah.
They love those areas.
And we do a combination type of treatments that involve different types of fogging applications to the shrubbery and granules to kind of come at that tick problem from a couple different directions, because ticks are more challenging than most of your pests. They've got a very unique biology that makes them difficult to control, but if you understand that, then you can design a process around it that is very effective.
Well, and here and elsewhere, ticks and sometimes mosquitoes, they carry disease and
Mhm.
things, and you don't want that to be around you.
That is correct.
That's right.
Also, roaches. A lot of people are grossed out by roaches, but one thing they don't know, roaches carry up to 33 different diseases.
Really?
Mhm.
That I did not know. Wow.
Along with a lot of respiratory issues that come with them.
Yeah, we've got a couple of customers we've done roach cleanouts on because of allergies. A lot of people are allergic to the fecal powder left behind.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm learning a lot today, and I use pest control, but I've learned a lot today just from listening to y'all. Well, how can people get in touch with y'all if they need to?
So there is like a million ways. You can look us up at pbpest.com, which is perfectblendpest.com, pbpest.com. Our phone number is 423-966-2847. Or if you want to write it down, some of us can get it like that. It's 4239 no bugs.
No bugs.
9
No bugs.
9 no bugs. That's the easiest one. We can also, we are on every social media platform: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can contact us that way. On our website, you have a contact form as well. Or you can come visit us at our office. We are located right next to the courthouse here in Dunlap at 1446 North Main Street.
Or if you see our truck driving around, just flag us down.
Yeah.
We'll pull
Wave
over.
at us, we'll pull over.
Well, I imagine y'all been staying pretty busy, especially this
yeah.
summer, haven't you?
We have.
It's been a busy summer.
It's been a good summer. Our neighbors have been really, most of our business has been referrals, which is very rewarding. It's good to know that we haven't really have to have the need to advertise. And when you're open up a business, you're thinking, okay, well, how do I do a billboard? Where do I call? What do I do? And we really don't do a lot of that. Because right now, it's all about referrals, and I think I would like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
I want people to stay with us, not because we're a huge name, but because they trust us. Because they trust the way that we do services, and we take a lot of pride on what we do, and we're not trying to get rich out of one customer, but we're trying to just create a stable income for us and our family while we're help people. We're not trying to take an arm and a leg, which happens a lot with, a lot of the bigger firms, and I guess that's one of the things that we can offer is that we're going to be conscious of you know.
You're going to get your money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
really,
gonna
you're
fix
more
the
interested in
problem.
developing friendships and relationships.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you think about it, a bigger company is going to send a technician and you don't know if they're going to send the same technician again. With me, I'm going to run with you at the grocery store. I might see you at the same school with your kids go. So, you know, it takes a lot.
There's a lot of accountability that
Right.
comes with that. So,
Well,
yeah.
well, that's good. And of course, when you're local, you people can feel like they can just talk to you or call
Yes.
you.
Absolutely. If there's a issue with billing, or if you see a bug or something, you're not going to get a call center. You're not going to have to go through please holds 6-7 times. You're going to dial one number, and it's going to be me, and you probably need to talk to her, and I'll just hand the phone. Or if you get her and you need to talk to me, she just hands the phone to me. It's super simple.
Well, that's great. Well, is there anything we haven't talked about that y'all offer that you want everyone to know?
Say pest control, carpenter bees. We've been doing a lot of
Oh,
that. Wasp
yeah.
nest removal.
Carpenter bees, carpenter ants, all of your stinging pests. I think we covered. I think at Perfect Blend we are a one-stop shop.
Uh-huh.
We do everything that has to do with pests without just being too crazy. You know, we specialize on everything that is pest. If you have anything that that is coming into your home and it's bothering you, we can take care of it.
I fixed a leaky faucet too.
No, we don't do that.
It was there.
That would just don't in.
Yes.
Well, those leaky faucets can bring other insects in.
They do.
Your pest control inspection is going to find more leaks than the plumber. I guarantee you that.
Oh, and we also do termite inspections for when you're selling your home or if you're trying to buy a home. We work with a couple of the realtors in the area. So that's another thing that we can do if you're looking for a termite inspection. Since we're so new, a lot of people don't know, but we are fully licensed to do that, and you don't have to wait 3 or 2 weeks to get an inspector out there.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
You just a phone call away.
That
That's
is correct. Just a phone call away,
423-966-2847.
or 9 no bugs.
Well, I certainly appreciate y'all being here today.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much for having us
Real
over.
informative, and I hope that people will see this and
Thank
give
you,
a
thank you.
call.
We really appreciate this
Looking forward.
opportunity.
Well,
Absolutely.
thank you very much. And again, folks, remember you can see this video on, excuse me, on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's Cable Channel 18. And again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Roll Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So until next time, have a great day.
Bye-bye.